Today we're taking a look at these NCAAF matches, which are happening on Thursday, November 4th, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Georgia State vs Louisiana. Georgia Southern gave them all they could handle as they tied it at 14 with about 2 minutes left in the game. But the Panthers won it on a 23-yard touchdown run by Jamiest Williams with 51 seconds left in the game. Georgia Southern outgained Georgia State 486-378 and had more first downs, but it came down to turnovers as the Panthers picked off Georgia Southern twice. The Panthers gained 237 yards rushing, led by Williams, who had 97 yards and a score, and Tucker Gregg, who had 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback Darren Granger was 6 of 27 for 141 yards with no touchdowns or picks. The only player on Georgia State's injury list is wide receiver Cornelius McCoy, who is questionable. Louisiana took out its frustrations last week on Texas State, blanking them 45-0 as 21-point favorites. The Cajuns had 425 total yards and held Texas State to 220 total yards and just 42 yards passing. They also turned Texas State over 3 times. Louisiana quarterback Levin Lewis was 22 of 32 for 228 yards and 3 touchdowns. Running back Chris Smith rushed for 70 yards and a touchdown and also caught a touchdown pass. The win pushed Louisiana into the national top 25 as they are ranked number 24 coming into this game. They have several injuries, with 5 players listed as out and 4 players listed as questionable. Our first betting advice is to pick Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns -12. Louisiana is 42nd in the nation on the season, averaging 32 ppg, 23rd racking up 208.1 yards per game on the ground, and 81st throwing for 217 yards per game. Senior quarterback Levi Lewis has completed 62.6% of his pass this season, throwing for 1,655 yards with 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions to lead the offense. Lewis provides a lot of experience at the quarterback position as he has seen action in each season since 2017. Lewis has completed 61.8% of his passes for 7,941 yards, with 65 touchdowns and 17 interceptions for his career. The Ragin' Cajuns running attack features 3 backs averaging at least 6 yards per attempt this season. Leading the way is Chris Smith with 621 yards and 8 touchdowns on 6.3 yards per carry, and Montrell Johnson with 512 yards and 7 touchdowns on 6 yards per carry. Johnson has a 99-yard touchdown run this season. The Panthers are averaging 23.9 ppg, led by a strong rushing attack that averages 224 yards per game, ranking 14th in the nation. Quarterback Darren Granger has completed 60.2% of his passes for 115.5 yards per game through the air, with 11 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and is also 3rd on the team with 403 rushing yards on 5.1 yards per carry and another touchdown. Tucker Gregg has a team-high 552 rushing yards on 5.8 yards per attempt with 4 touchdowns. Jamiest Williams has a team-high 5 rushing touchdowns, with 413 yards on 6.6 yards per attempt. Georgia State allows 422.9 yards per game, which is 7th in the Sun Belt Conference, allowing 253.1 yards passing and 169.8 yards rushing. The opposition has averaged 30.1 ppg against the Panthers, which is 109th in the country. Our second betting advice is to pick over 53.5.